we are here. And that is, and when people ask, like, how are you doing? Instead of lying and giving the default saying, oh, I'm good, I'm okay. I said, I'm here.
You know, that's what Ank, aka Marshall, for y'all who won't know who Ank is to me. That's what he says all the time. He always says, "I'm alive." So I'm here, but same thing. I'm alive. I'm making it.
You know what? And I think, and this could be a cultural thing since this has been the wave that we've been going on, but just culturally speaking, I think there are generational responses to like, how are you doing?
Yeah.
So when you're younger, it's like maybe you tell the truth, right? But if you're younger in that, let's go pre-30, everybody says, I'm good, I'm okay.
Mhm.
Now that I'm in my 30s, I'm gonna just say that I'm here, right? But uh I talked to my mama who was in her 70s, like, oh, how you doing? She'd be like, oh, ain't nothing shaking but the leaves. And I'm like, great. And then my grandmother, granted, she's not with us anymore, but my grandmother was, 80s, 90s when I was growing up. And I called her, like, hey, grandma, how you doing? She was like, oh, kicking, but not high. I can't wait till I can say that.
You
Like,
hear me? I can't wait. In my heart, it's already there. Like I already feel those things, but I want to keep my youth about me, so I won't say it just yet.
right?
But all them sayings, I can't wait. I can't wait to
Oh,
get there.
I cannot wait to just be like, oh, because if I say like, oh, I'm kicking but not high right now, it's like, damn, are you okay?
Oh, for real. Like, did you get injured? What happened?
But when you're 85 plus and you're like, oh, kicking but not high, that's the equivalent to I'm here. Don't ask me to do too much.
It's the same way when you ask. It's the same way when you ask somebody how they doing. They be like, I could complain, but ain't nobody gonna care.
Mhm. Bury that.
And they aren't. So like I get you. I hear you.
Yeah, like, because what is a complaint gonna do? It makes you feel better in the moment, but nobody else cares. Like, you can complain, but ain't nobody gonna listen. So, like, I don't know. I'm very much into these generational greetings. Even still, this isn't a hello thing, but just going back to Mama Paul when I went to go and visit her, she came when as soon as I walked in, she said, "Oh, come in, rest your coat." I had never heard in all of my days, I had never heard as much as my family is older, as much as all of my family is from the South. I promise you, I've never heard somebody say rest your coat. And now I say it when people come in my house. I'm like, oh, come on, let me rest your coat.
Rita is Rita is a gem, y'all. She is something else. Let me tell you. But yeah, she gonna be hospitable, and she gonna bring them. What she already done told y'all about the bought lesson. She done already told y'all about that. Okay, hark back to a past episode. But she got sayings for days. Trying to learn you something is one of her favorite sayings.
Mhm.
Yeah, she got a lot of them. She's an encyclopedia of those type of quotes and phrases. So, I get it honest. I get it honest.
I feel like that is my life's destiny to
To be that.
yeah, to just say like random shit, but also like impactful in the moment.
Yes.
Because if oh, hey ma, how you doing? Oh, ain't nothing shaking but the leaves. It makes you pause and be like, what? You go to your mama's house and you be like, oh, come on, you just rest your coat. Why is my coat tired? I'm tired. Where can I rest? Where's the bed? Like, that's yeah. I can't wait to be that elder.
Rest of your coat is crazy. Honestly, you so random. We're gonna get to the check-in in a minute, but just thinking about coats and the fact that your mama house or a typical like established black household, typically, at least from when we was growing up, there was the decorum, there was a structure, right? Like even if you didn't have a mud room or something, it was very specific where things went. Like your shoes aren't going past the entryway. 9 times out of 10. Maybe, just maybe, if they don't have carpet, maybe they don't care. But for the most part, even if they didn't have carpet, just off GP, the shoes aren't coming too far past the entryway. Right now, they maybe didn't have footies for you. You might have to provide your own sandals and whatnot, but you
Mhm.
just knew you weren't wearing the shoes, right? The coats were going somewhere that was not the back of the couch and was not the back of your dining room table chairs. There was
Mhm.
a specific place for the coat. It was just a decorum. And I think, and granted, also since you've had your humble abode, I've seen certain things in real time, so it's also helped it for me. But I'm starting to get to that point where I'm like, not saying that's the next thing I'm gonna do, but I find myself starting to envision the home aspect of things like way more. Like I was even talking with somebody yesterday and the fact that like I want to, whenever I do get that home, I want a home gym. Where exactly it's going to be, how decked out it's going to be, don't know yet, but it's going to be somewhere in that place. But yeah, I don't know. It was before you got your house, like did you have that period of time where you were just envisioning like what you wanted a home to look like or feel like for you? Because I feel like I'm in that space now, and all those traditions and all those kind of things that I grew up with, I feel like I'm starting to kind of develop what I want that to look like for myself, like in my life now.
I don't know that I ever really did. Like up until this point, I have been in apartments. My apartment as home, but like in an apartment, you don't always have a whole lot of space. So thinking about somebody coming in and you asking them to take their shoes off, where they going, right? Like now it is in the way. So actually, I would prefer you to keep your shoes on because that's just going to create clutter right at the front door. That is not a whole lot of space. But like now that I have a house, I feel like we are losing recipes because so many people come in my house and try to keep their shoes on, and I'm like, I didn't ask you to tap dance in the living room. Like every dirt speck that you walked in from the porch, like put it on the rug. Like where are you going? So now I'm kind of like, I'll let it slide. But don't go in the basement with your shoes on because if you do now, you're gonna have to leave. Like, what are we doing? Like now I really understand house shoes.
Yes.
Like, some people might call them slippers, some people might call them slides, some people whatever. But like house shoes, you had regular shoes and you had house shoes, and I'm like, I get it. Now when I come in, I feel like Mr. Rogers. I literally step out of my shoes at the front door. I slide into my house shoes that are right there, and I go about my business. Take my little cardigan off and keep it pushing. But yeah, very much Mr. Rogers energy. I don't know that I had thought about that prior to where I am now.
Random enough, something about your house kind of gives Mr. Rogers. I can't explain it. I don't know why. But I could see you opening the door and stepping out and giving Mr. Rogers vibes for one reason or another. I don't know. It's there. But yeah, also anybody who is using house shoes, you definitely got a family that came from a certain generation. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But yeah,
In the same way with like it real quick and we can move on. But even thinking about where you put your coat, some people call it the front closet. Some people call it the coat closet.
true.
If you had too many people come over, say for a holiday, everybody in the household, their coats are in the coat or the front closet. So what do? You designate the youngest person's bedroom and you lay
Basically,
all the coats on top. All right. So now there's the coat room. So
whenever it was time to go, everybody done had dinner already. The games is over. Everybody about to leave. Go get our coach from the room. Remember, it's the one with the yeah, you know my coat. You know my coat.
mhm.
Go grab it for me. To recipes, man. We losing them. We losing. We losing them.
Speaking
We
of
yeah,
nostalgia,
right.
um, I like your shirt, but it does remind me of those cups that used to be in the dentist office in the 90s. You know what I'm talking about?
This is a 90s coded shirt. I think it's a yeah, 1993. I think it says for y'all to see.
Okay.
1993. But yeah, this also reminds me of the cups that all of us probably still have in our house somewhere, unless we done leveled up and just became bougie, i.e. Donald. Do you have your old plastic cups anymore, or do you just got all glasses?
I don't have any old things anymore. It is a like a garment bag of stuff in my closet with like my eighth grade graduation robe, right? And then I think I have a box of like Pokemon cards. Other than that, all my old stuff, I don't know if it's gone. I don't know if it's at my mom's house. I don't have it, but I used to have my in the 90s we had those temperature changing spoons for cereal. Like it had the Lion King. Back
We
when you really would have like advertisements and things around like movies coming out. I used to have that for the longest time. I have no idea what that is now.
Nah, that's real. It's probably some stuff in my mama house. Like, they keep everything. So it's probably some stuff in that basement in a box somewhere that I'm like, Mom, why do you even have this? I have no use for this anymore. You don't have use for this. Um, I got a few old things, but for the most part, I'm starting to phase out for sure. In the next year or two, I could imagine not having most of the old things I have at this current moment. But yeah, once again, digress.